sport conditioning, you can take those just as a one-off course and then get certified in those as well, just to have them on your certificate if you'd like to. Resistance training. So I think everybody knows this, but maybe not. So resistance training is kind of a two-pronged kind of piece. So part of it is about giving weight room orientations, and part of it is about group weight training classes. Now the funniest thing is, we are revising everything at the national level. So the exercise theory performance standards that we're going to go through just a little bit and just highlight some of the changes. But the resistance training, we were pretty much the only ones, us in Alberta, that actually treated this as a group weight training certification. Everyone else just did weight room orientations. So we're allowing people to do weight room orientations and group weight training classes. So that's what that certification is about. I know Christine said this earlier, that she thinks everybody should have resistance training. I really tend to agree, because it really does help solidify. I mean, not that we can tell everyone that they have to have, but if there was, you know, if you were thinking, oh, I'd like to get one more, resistance training or aquatic fitness.
And how long is the resistance training course?
It's 20 hours. Yeah. So most of them are about 20 hours. So aquatic, so you'll notice right away the name's different. Aquatic exercise used to be aqua fitness, right? So again, staying with the theme of exercise theory instead of aquatic fitness, aquatic exercise. And I think most of us have a fairly good understanding of what that was all about.
Stephanie, where does that fit into that chart that you had here?
So that was only for group fitness. So resistance training is still on its own, aquatic fitness is still on its own, yoga fitness is still on its own.
They don't need exercise theory?
They need exercise theory for everything, but you don't need group fundamentals or anything group unless you're taking that group piece. Our yoga fitness, again, we're starting to certify a good number of leaders and kind of get them moving into the province. The main thing about our yoga certification is that it was created by the Yoga Alliance of BC. So 10 different yoga organizations actually came together and decided on some pieces. So we've basically taken a lot of the risk out of it. We don't allow any plows, no inversions, no handstands, nothing where your cervical spine is in any kind of precarious position.
No hot.
And no hot yoga. So I know that the jury is kind of out on hot yoga, but honestly our insurance company will not allow us to teach it. Risk versus reward, too risky, not enough reward.
Let's do warm yoga.
Warm yoga.
Yeah.
Warm yoga is okay, right?
Yep.
So it's a great certification.
Stephanie, I was just checking the prices on the website to see if you guys have the fees for the courses on there. You don't?
We do not.
Why don't you put that on the store page?
Part of the challenge there is we didn't want people choosing courses based on their price. So for instance, if the Wellness Institute is offering a course in October and the U of M is offering a course in November, and they were
approximately then, like
$10.
just between this and this.
Yeah, I know.
This and this. People like to know how much they have to pay for stuff.
I would agree with you, and we are going through some huge marketing changes in the next little while, and we'll be looking at a lot of that stuff. So the individual fitness leader certification, again, this is apparently healthy individuals. So the prerequisites for this course are always exercise theory and resistance training. Another piece that's important to know about this one is there actually are additional fees that are due. So everything else, yoga, you can have like 16 certifications, it's still only $82. As soon as you get your IFL, you're looking at an extra cost increase. So there's two different levels. We have for $55, you can get a $2 million liability insurance policy. So you would already have one for resistance training, but not the one-on-one component. Then if you're looking at getting $5 million liability, which is what some of the organizations are requesting at this point for you to work for them, it's an extra $75 a year. So it's not a lot of money, but it is important to know that there is a little bit of an extra fee just to have those certifications.
It's cheap like borscht, unless if you knew what you'd have to pay if you did it on your own.
Yeah, it is shockingly
Huge.
inexpensive.
You'd be paying huge money.
Well, we negotiate at the national level with our insurance companies, so we say, us 10,000 leaders would like to have, a good rate, right? And so our insurance company is a little bit, sad
Walmart
because
insurance.
Manitoba's numbers, are a little bit low on this yet, right? Because we're actually dealing with a new insurance company just for this piece because Hub International, who is our current insurance provider for everything else, was going to charge us $190 to $300 on top of what people were already paying for the certification. So we shopped around and found another insurance agent who was willing to give us these great fees. So
And what does CSET have to say about the IIFL? Do they have anything that we can say about
I
it?
don't wanna know.
no, we had CSET members on our board when we basically went through this whole process, and there's room for all of us. Lots of people who are looking for one-on-one, it's because they're busy. It's not because they're risky, right? It's because they're looking for what is the biggest reason that people get personal trainers? One of them is because they're embarrassed, right? So embarrassment shouldn't need a degree, right? I mean, because people are embarrassed. So do I think that there's room for CSEP? Absolutely. Do I think that they play an integral role in fitness in the province? Absolutely. What we're trying to do at the provincial level too is we're working with the Kinesiology Association, we're working with legislation. So again, trying to really draw the line in the sand between fitness for fitness and health certification. So those people that are the medical fitness people and those people that are the fitness people. So ACSM has done a great job of this in the States, is drawing the line and saying, these people are medical fitness professionals, these people are fitness professionals. So that's where we see ourselves, as we are in the fitness, and again, if someone is embarrassed and doesn't want to go to a fitness class, then that shouldn't necessarily be a reason, but we are trying to, again, push towards both sides.
So is this being recognized in the different facilities? Like
Yes.
the wellness, for example, would they accept an IIFL?
No, we're a medical fitness facility, same with the refit.
Right.
So you have,
That's
yeah,
CSEP.
yeah, it's gotta be CSEP.
Yeah. So that's that, and again, so if you look at that, if you draw that line in the sand and you say medical, right, and fitness, then we all know where we kind of end up too, right? It's pretty clear as to what populations that we're working with.
So what do people need? Can we have people who've never been to university taking that?
Absolutely, yeah. It's basically, you're teaching a one-on-one resistance training class. Or you can be incorporating other things, if you have other certifications.
Which we've been doing for years anyways, right? Because you have one person come to a class.
Yeah.
What is that? One-on-one.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Two people.
When I took mine, it was one-on-one. It was 1978, and it was one-on-one.
Resistance
Super
training.
rescue. Yeah.
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 So, I mean, it's just, we've come full circle. It's just being able to be adaptable to what's going on. And again, it's trying to really, have, there's Groupon personal trainers out there. I don't know if any of you have seen Groupon
Yep.
personal trainers, which is funny, but sad, right? And so people don't know the difference, right? So if we can have people out there with, say 75 to 85 hours, because that's pretty much how long it takes to become an IFL. So it does take, it takes some time, it takes some knowledge, that sort of thing. And then we have those Groupon personal trainers, right, who paid $20 and got their certificate in the mail, right? I mean, so there really is a need for more people to be trained. And if any of you have ever trained in when you see the people that are training other people, you think, wow, right? So we need to be able to.
Providers that pay the price, and eventually they'll find out you get
Yeah.
what you pay for it. Yeah.
But we needed to come to the table with something that was quality, that we could stand behind. And we've had this program before, so it's not something that we created. And we were also the only ones pretty much across the country, except for Saskatchewan, that didn't have one. So everyone else had the program already and has been having it all along. So, yeah. Active older adults. So I know Christine was talking about it a little bit, that we only have 69 leaders, and